Well, just always trying to find a moment in this time of existence of expressing myself. As I look at the modernization of society and its advancing of technology, one brother says, you got guided missiles and misguided men, I believe that was Dr. King. Yeah, his voice still reigns supreme, But the voice, the voice of masculinity. Let's say black masculinity. We know that there is no such thing as a black person or really a white person biologically. It's just a social construct, and that's what we want to deal with, really, the social construct of ideas and categories that possess one biologically, that biologically possesses us, or can possess people that is in stark contrast, is in stark contrast or in contradiction of nature. What I mean by nature, I mean that which is not only that which is in the environment, but that which is associated to be, that possesses us biologically. Now, what did I mean in all that? For the sake of communication, the black voice in his or her masculinity, his masculinity, I should say, is it becoming silent? Is it becoming muzzled out? Is it becoming distinct? Yes. What is the reference point of one's manhood as being silent? His voice is being silent. Here in America, some was talking about, I am a man. But this stark contradiction and the contrast. One thing about contrast, it may alter appreciation, but it serves a purpose. But the contradiction, because when one creates or silence one's masculinity or one's manhood, it is done so to serve a purpose. It is to keep you in place. It is to control you. It is to possess you. It is to maneuver you. It is to manipulate you. It is to demean you. It is to degrade you. It is to divide you. It is to beat you down. So it may alter appreciation, but it serves its purpose. But the social construct of ideas and categories of race, class, gender, and religion as well, it's in contradiction, but it seems as though to beat anyone down seem as though it proves his or her legitimacy. So people go around trying to prove that they are legitimate. And they have to prove that I am a man. And this can go beyond masculinity, go beyond race, class, gender, economics, religion, politics, education as well. One has to go around proving something that is naturally in them. That is a human being. But the social construct of categories and ideas that biologically possess our minds and our bodies or what have you, it starts to sicken us, if I can use that in that vernacular, and it becomes kind of difficult to distinguish sickness and health or disease and health. Around, I believe, 1944, the youngest black in modern times that have been executed, George Stinney Jr., somewhere in South Carolina, says his feet couldn't even hit the ground. It took 10 minutes, said, to convict him. That happens to do with the sickness of a mind that is the possession that has taken over one's mind, one's body, due to something that has been perpetuated as a myth and a fraud that has been socially constructed. You silence one masculinity. You emasculate an individual at the expense of giving you the power, the privilege, the prestige, if you may use those words, but it makes you out to be a man at the expense of emasculating and demasculating the male or another human being, another man. It's kind of tricky in the society in which we live. Was that even women will feel as though that they have to prove that they are more capable than the man, but the women by nature they are open, and certain areas that men are stronger than they are. And if they're in an environment and the openness is taken advantage of, they will try to compensate for that. And then that feminine side will start to decrease, and the masculine side will increase. There was many things have changed in the society, and things are changing. But is it for the good? Is it for the better? I can remember what they call the African American, that before 1933, the strongest economic base in America was the black family. 90% stayed married, Now I don't know if it's 50% more or less. I don't know. Last time I checked, it was around about that number. So there's a lot of work to be done when it comes to the balancing the ecology of the environment, masculinity and femininity within the social construct of the society in which we live, that somehow or another could obstruct our worldview. But for the observer, and when it comes to the socially constructed ideas and categories of race, class, gender, religion, economic, politics, rich, poor, black, white, it is very contradiction. It's a contradiction to the observer who is seeing these things, and they seem to be the model. And when one sees that as a model, then one seems to want to emulate that model. So in dealing with old brother, young fella, youngest brother to be executed, what does that say? That one could go to that extent, that length, when it comes to their masculinity. It really shows, man, that a sign of their weakness, and reminds me of a term called the causes and consequences of emotional suppression. Because how it's playing out in the society now. People use their greatness and wealth and power and prestige to hide their sickness, their title, just to hide their sickness. Yes. You can run, but you cannot hide. This is a long distance journey. And anything that is hidden will continue to be revealed. May we realize that the execution of any individual when it comes to demeaning and degrading his or her womanhood and manhood at an early age and for the observer to see that perpetuation and the promotion of that, then to imitate that and buy into that and accept that as if that is the natural way of ruling and going about doing the things, where you're sadly mistaken.